TNA, you supply the money. Period.
If there are any reasons why this man and woman should not recommit themselves to each other this evening, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Kurt Angle, he's got the ankle lock on Bart Scott of the New York Jets. Hey, Taz, this look familiar? Because the New York Jets, they've been tapping out since 1969.
Get this, I get a phone call from some network executive telling me that Jeff Hardy's going to be defending his title tonight. I say, who's his opponent? They won't tell me.
The network has picked the icon Sting to challenge Immortals Jeff Hardy for the title. For the past 4 months, we haven't seen Sting.
And Jeff Hardy, he looked like he saw a ghost.
Another Scorpion death drop.
New champion, history made right here in North Carolina.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please welcome the new TNA Heavyweight Champion of the World, the Icon, Sting! It was 1 week ago tonight. History was made when the Icon Sting not only returned to TNA after a 4-month absence, but in the process of that return, Sting became TNA World Heavyweight Champion once again. And Taz, I cannot wait to hear what the new champ has to say.
I feel like I've accomplished a ton in my career and throughout my life. I've accomplished some great things and some things not so great. But it doesn't matter whether or not they were great accomplishments or not. This I know. I could not have done it on my own. From the very first time that I stepped into the ring as a young wrestler from Venice Beach, California. Every single step of the way. And for that, I cannot thank you enough. Thank you. I'm also thankful. I'm thankful for my opponent, Jeff Hardy, from last week. Now, Jeff, I'm not saying that I agree with your actions or your psychology. I mean, ever since you drank that Hogan and Bischoff Kool-Aid. But I can say this, Jeff, beyond any shadow of a doubt, you are one of the greatest wrestlers I've ever had to face in this ring. You have God-gifted ability, Jeff, and one day, when you get your head screwed back on right again, I hope that you'll give back to these fans everything that they've given you all these years.
I think the thank yous might have just came to a screeching halt.
Taz, you were curious about how Immortal was going to react. We see Eric Bischoff, Hulk Hogan, applauding Sting as they come down the ramp. You recall last week, the night started off great for Immortal. Hulk Hogan won the legal battle with TNA President Dixie Carter. Hulk Hogan gains control of TNA. But things got bad for Immortal at the end. Sting returns, he beats Jeff Hardy. Suddenly, Immortal, they're without the power that goes with possessing the world title.
It's good to see you again, champ. You know, it's kind of weird. After the history we had, the last 4 or 5 months, we've kind of gone our separate way, brother. But you know, I knew some way, somehow, when you least expected it, you and I were going to end up right in this very ring, brother, where it all started. But you know, I got to give you credit. You saw this thing coming 100,000 miles away, brother. I mean, you even tried to warn them about the real Hulk Hogan, about his real intentions. But you know, brother, they didn't listen to you, man. And when they didn't listen to you, brother, the momentum fell right in my direction, brother. But what'd you do? What did you do? You took your ball and you went home, Sting. So now that you came back, you're a day late and a dollar short, Stinger. And by the way, these fans here, they don't need another hero because they've already got one. Hulk Hogan.
You are right, I went home. You're right, I did quit, but I didn't quit on these people, Hulk. I quit on the thought of having to deal with you and Bischoff and Flair. On the thought of having to deal with another three-headed monster that would make my life a living hell every single day of my life. But the longer I sat at home, the more a fire started to burn inside of me. A fire that burned, I mean raging, out of control kind of a fire, Hulk. The same kind of fire I had the first time I wrestled the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. The same kind of fire I had the first time I dropped you on your head, Bischoff. The same kind of fire that burned the first time I stepped in the ring with you. The same fire that's burning in me now that says, Sting, you're not going anywhere. The fire's not going out. I got another job to do. I got to take back what was never yours to begin with, Hulk. And it starts right here.
Wow. Look at that.
When it comes to Mr. Anderson, this much we know. He's been ready for his TNA World Title rematch for weeks. And you can sense his frustration in being overlooked now twice. First, the network gives RVD a title shot. Then last week, they give Sting his chance. The Icon delivers by winning the world title.
Oh, you can just see the look in Anderson's face. He's a loose cannon. Hogan realizes it. I think Sting might too. I mean, Anderson, he's got a little possessed, man.
You know, I really hate to come out here and, actually, I love to come out here and cut your asses off. Obviously, at this point, I have not spoken clearly enough or loudly enough. So with that being said, I want my rematch. Keyword, my. M-Y, my. You know what that means? My. And since your little girlfriend, your little bitch, Jeff Hardy, just happened to lose it to this guy, Sting, becomes that guy for me. And I really don't care what Hulk Hogan wants, brother. Or what Eric Bischoff wants, sister. Or what The rest of immoral wants or what the network wants, you know what I care about? Me. Me, 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 me. Sting, you know, I know who you are. The people here in North Carolina know who you are. But I don't think we've actually been formally introduced. So with that being said, shucks. My name is Mr. Anderson. And I am an asshole.
And the plot thickens. I love it.
You'll recall that Jeff Hardy found himself in a strange situation last week. TNA champ had no idea who his opponent, his challenger, was going to be right up until match time. Network decided that mystery equaled ratings and Sting's shocking win. Well, it ended up costing Jeff Hardy and Immortal the world title.
First of all, I'd like to say that Fayetteville can kiss my charismatic ass. In case you don't know, I'm the Morning Star, the Antichrist of professional wrestling, and I was robbed last week. I was robbed. I had no chance to prepare for my opponent, and that's a fact. And you asshole, when you speak of the World Heavyweight title, the line starts behind me.
I think that line's going to get a little longer.
This is getting better by the moment.
Got to admit, interesting arguments from both Mr. Anderson and Jeff Hardy. And quite honestly, this man, RVD, he's got a beef as well.
You think?
Waited for months to get a shot at the world title, a championship he never lost, and then fell victim to questionable officiating by special ref Mr. Anderson.
I can't believe my ears. Am I hearing this? Wouldn't you all just love to forget? This whole thing started when I got stripped of that title, when the man I trusted the most nearly had me killed. Let me add to that. I'd have already regained that championship if the title shot I had a few weeks ago hadn't come with a special guest referee with his own agenda and very, very selective vision.